This is the cradle for the NRA-NRM Revolutionary War. It was a 5-year bush war from 1981 to January 1986. Many sacrificed their properties and children for this war. Like the saying goes, for any revolution to be successful, it must swallow its own children. Indeed, many were killed and property was destroyed.
As long as the people were willing, because this is their own war. The people are actually the ones who urged us on to fight. If we do not have this support, we would never have started such a war. So it is to the people's benefit themselves. And the fact that they have been able to bear this suffering, as you have seen, is a testimony to the fact that this is their own war. These people are just using us. We are the instruments. If we had not started the war, we would have been declared traitors.
For those who lived not to see the success of the revolution are often called heroes. And those who died for a just cause, but are never spoken about or their efforts recognized, have been referred to as unsung heroes. However, 30 years down the road, Museveni returns back to Luwero Triangle to attend to grievances of war veterans who hold the view that their contribution to the 5-year struggle has not been recognized and have been forgotten by the revolutionary leader, Museveni.
Tata wakitinisa President His Excellency. Aba bantu bona abarukura abakayikuru empangare eminyeto. Ortaro rwa ruhiro wanyumbarro kayishoka leta aha. Turiyo tubona bone myaka 3 na mushanju. Diwo huranko kangonongono bagira ngo juna mwene atashfato naza kumujuna ntaha nawe. Okujuna ba Tanzania yitwa bawe buwarwanire muturi aha. Itwe tukaba tutoka tuwangiraki. Koza kushenda muramu wawe koza kushenda omukazi wawe mwarabo muhembe bona. Mbwene hatu itwe ntunuko muhembe hatoka okatwarensi yona itwe ntunuko muhembe. President Museveni wekitinisa. Tusasire tugirire mbabazi. Yitwa turi abana babarwana tata no manyira kimwe ninkakatsangu no manya konkanyo wendi emfuzi akare mirisi ya wawo bumwe kagama kananda kumtera masasi katafiri hona mazima to tuishka.
We almost in the bush. This is another struggle for the president of Museveni. We are declaring another struggle because he's the one who has promised us.
Museveni thinks that after 30 years it's high time to industrialize Luwero Triangle and address the problem of joblessness among the youth and also deal with poverty issues.
uruganda rw'ejo rumba tumulumanyi katongera kufuga ekibuga eky'obulimi n'amakolero abakyayina bano mulina okubebaza kubanga abakozi b'amazima tebalina
expect anything good from him. He's aware of all the problems. For example, that's the politics he's been playing for a long time. When he sees that he's in the corner, he tries to find some loopholes where he can hide and play hide and seek games and try to put up some bit of oblivion that there is something somewhere, but because of ABCD, he doesn't want necessarily to take the blame himself. He wants to blame other people for any failures that may have occurred.
But where is the problem?
The problem is not with the local people of Luwero, Greater Luwero, Nakaseke, Nakasongola and Luwero. The problem is with the president. For 30 years, it's just remembered now that the area is very poor. Early on, we had asked him to make Nakaseke or Greater Luwero to give it preferential treatment, but all fell on deaf ears.
Inside a secret meeting between local leaders and Museveni in his newly acquired home in Nakaseke district, there was bitter exchange between Museveni and local leaders who accused him to have ignored them.
I told him, if you're president, you have been in power for 30 years, you can't come and start promising as if you came to power yesterday. It should have been better to come with the services. He knows the condition of Semuto Health Center, for you have ever visited it. Do you know what he told me? He told me that if I rear pigs and then I want to take them to the market, that pigs cannot ask me whether I'm using Tamaka or Maramu roads to take them to the markets. So such kind of leadership isn't good, especially to the community like Luwero is today.
I asked him whether he was impressed with the president's response on issues put before him.
Much disappointed. That's my expectation from him. I never expected him to help us. As I told you, you cannot be in power for 30 years and then you come and play. You promise, then the other day when you come and again you remember that what you're promising now, you have ever promised it. You don't give leaders a chance to explain to what is happening. You just want to come and over-dominate in every aspect.
Since 1989, there has been serious recovery programs for people in Luwero Triangle and billions of shillings to help those who lost properties in the war, but there is no evidence on the ground. The question is, where is the money?
However much billions of money may spend when he cannot see physically what that money is doing, he would have known. And I told you some time back, he has been at the forefront of opening some industries or factories in Nakaseke, especially in Namukekera. But you ever seen any functioning factory or industry in Namukekera? I see only grass. So for us, we know his spirit cannot work for well.
However, the return of President Museveni to Luwero Triangle after 30 years is subject to suspicion by local leaders in this region. Our interim findings point to a protracted, sinister move to parcel out a huge piece of land to an Asian investor, a project that President Museveni wants to spearhead personally.
I know he's there for some hidden agenda, which I'm yet to discover, but I heard him talking about giving away Bukalasa land to the investors. And we warned them that enough is enough, they will not give away Bukalasa land. They can go to some other areas, anywhere, either Nekongoli or whatever, but they will not give away Bukalasa land, because they usually take such lands under the disguise of investors.
President Museveni is using his newly acquired home in Kaumu as a tactical base to convince the residents accept the giveaway of Bukalasa land to an Asian investor.
It is, but of course we can't discourage him. He's a new member there. He told us he acquired some acres of land in Kaumu and has put there his personal home. And he started welcoming different groups of people, maybe lecturing them on different aspects of life.
As President Museveni undertakes this move, veterans in Kiboka remain disappointed and furious about him, for he has not ensured that they get what is due to them.
I reminded him about veterans. Veterans are languishing in excessive poverty, but when you go to the Ministry of Luwero, you see billions of money having been paid to the war claimants. But when you go to the ground, you see the impact of that money. So he knows the problem, but it's just there maybe to try to hoodwink people.
Need is a thorough investigation. Money has been spent in Luwero Triangle, billions and billions. Where is this money going, and who's responsible? We cannot start pointing at it so and so unless investigation has been done thoroughly well.
Over the years, these war veterans have been hoodwinked by President Museveni's henchmen, giving them revolutionary medals, which they are not contented with.
The war veterans, people who contributed during the war, they were given medals. But saying that, you know, these medals are dry medals. Midali Mikalu, we need something. But this has been on and on and on. Right away from the late Chiseka, you know, people have been in Luwero, different ministers. So the point is, let us shift from giving liquid cash, let us give now items for development.
We are privy to information that some war veterans have given up on demanding for liquid cash to now services.
We are interacting with them. We said now, the most important point for the people of Luwero, what we need are tools. We don't need liquid cash because it has not helped.
For us, what we wanted from him is not just his promises, because we are used to his promises. He should have come with the services, physically, tangible services. I told him we want tractors.
Following the disputes of fraud in the compensation process of war veterans over the years in Luwero Triangle in vain, the political leaders here are demanding for a value-for-money audit of the funds so far sunk in Luwero.
But between you and me, we need to agree that what we call value for money, what has been spent in Luwero for over years, is it appropriate when we go on the ground? Is it there?
It should be there, but using who? Because all these entities which are supposed to do the forensic auditing belong to some of them. For example, let me give you a vivid example which you can also remember. You have heard this committee of natural resources. When they tried to get the civils who were exporting sand, the so-called sand to China, he called them in State House. Have you seen them vibrant as they used to be?
3 years back, President Museveni launched the Operation Wealth Creation, which is under the tight, watchful eye of his young brother, General Salim Saleh. However, political leaders here say 3 years, no impact can be talked about in Luwero, where the tactical operation base of Operation Wealth Creation is best.
Operation Wealth Creation is just a hoax. It is just some program as you heard of the NADS. It is put there. On the surface, you hear that there is something, just as you see cow dung on the surface, it's dry, but when you touch inside, it is wet.
As far as the activities of Operation Wealth Creation, like a distribution of seeds and seedlings, that one is being felt. How people have got maize, beans.
Sibasi, Star Vision.